Hi everyone, this is Doug from Stud. I wanted to show you the newest upgrade for the Stud UltraPod, the 2-axis version. You're familiar with the ability for the Stud UltraPod to move in the Z action by going like this. We can change the elevation. What's cool about this one, 2-axis motion. So if we turn this sideways, we can move in either direction quite easily to get it sided up left and right, not only up and down. First thing I want to show everybody, there's some confusion. When we used to ship these things, there's two bumpers on here. And if you look on one side, it says 2 millimeters, and the other is 1 millimeter. Look right there. These come off. So the first thing I want to show you to get this to work properly, this has to fit tightly in the center of the back of the gun. So what you really want to do is, see how this can move side to side? That's not good. So when you try to do this or try to do this, you get movement. What these bumpers are for, these bumpers allow you to change the gap in here and get a nice little fit on the back of your stock. So I'm going to put these in with the 1 millimeter side facing in, and I'm going to put back in again, and I'm going to try it. If you notice, we still get tipping side to side. See that? Let's go in here, let's change it. So we're going to flip this thing to 2 millimeters on one side and 1 on the other. That means I just closed up the gap by 3 millimeters. And I try it again. Oh, look at that. No movement. And if I really wanted it even tighter, I could flip this around to 2 millimeters, and now the gap is 4 millimeters smaller than it was before. Really a tight fit. First thing you need to know about this is there's 2 arrows on here. Aim, aim. What these are for is you want to have this set up so it's not turned this way when you start up, because you're going to be losing all your range of motion. So the first thing you do is just take those 2 arrows and aim them down range to where your target is. Then drop the back of your gun into the cradle, and you're good to go. And again, you really want to make sure that the center of this is on the center of this. So as you're turning around, everything spins nice on the center of the unit. We're going to go up. We're going to turn sideways, left and right to zero in. Don't get me wrong. You know, I've had this thing out to 100 yards, and you can really get this thing in. You know, you're dialing around. You know, when you do it like this with maybe I'm 3 feet from the tripod to the UltraPod in the back. That's a pretty long pivot point, so I really get good control. The best way to get most of the adjustment, the way this works is there's a cam in here. And by the way, we designed this whole product. This entire mechanism is within 200 thousandths of an inch. The slider, the pin, the rack, everything is within inside of that. We only added 100 thousandths to the overall height of the Stud UltraPod. The way this works is when you're in the center and these arrows are lined up, that's the coarsest part of the setting. So if I turn this thing, you see I get a lot of motion. Now when I come out here all the way to the end, look at this. I get hardly any side-to-side motion with the same amount of rotation. So if you really want to get really, really accurate to long distances, what you want to do is set up a little bit to one side or the other when you start, and that gives you much finer adjustments. So if you see over here, I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to turn it. Look at how little movement I get. Now I'm going to put this back in the center, line these arrows up again, put it back in again. Now watch, I'm going to do the same thing. See all the movement? So again, that's a quick, brief overview of the UltraPod. Again, comes with a bubble level, stainless steel hardware, great fasteners so you can level it on an unlevel surface, where this is something to throw in your range bag. You can use it on any gun that you have. It doesn't need to connect to an M-rail or anything like that.